Welcome back to Footballology. So this video I really want to do just because it was some things I was thinking about at work and things I've been thinking about over the last couple of weeks, honestly. I made one of these videos back in week 3 of the preseason, just some storylines and stuff that I feel like are not being talked about, that I feel like they should be talked about, things that could be out in the news or at least relevant, but maybe there's no news behind it, like there's no truth behind it, but there's just some stuff I think about throughout the day. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's get right into it.
Drop down and shake, shake. Drop down and shake, shake. Drop down and shake, shake. Drop down and shake. Drop down and shake, shake.
First on my list is Le'Veon Bell and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the reason for this video overall is because of James Conner. I think the Khalil Mack trade really opened up things for a lot of these superstars to get moved and trade, and I think Le'Veon Bell is one of those guys. The Steelers are saying that they're not going to trade him or anything like that. So if you're the Steelers, think about your options. If he don't sign, he resigns or he signs his tag all the way in, I think it's week 10 or week 11 when he's supposed to. And then he goes into next year, 2019, and he has the opportunity to become a free agent, or you try to tag him again and you just play this whole thing out again. Why not, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, why not try to get something out of the ordeal, move him to another team, and get something back? But when you think about the Khalil Mack trade, yeah, granted he was on the contract already with the Raiders, but with the Khalil Mack trade, everybody won. Realistically, I mean, as of today, everybody won in my opinion. The Raiders get two ones, and then the Bears got Khalil Mack and I think a third it was. And then obviously Khalil Mack was the big winner of it all, getting all his money and getting his long-term future secured. And I think what's wrong with that as a player? What's wrong with giving a player that? And so if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, if you're not willing to give that to Le'Veon Bell, why not use his value? Because his value right now is still A1. It's still really high. It's still quality. And you can still demand a 1 and a 2. Like, honestly, give me a 1, 2, and a 3. I'm not trying to be funny, but I think that's where you kind of can value him. Or if you can say, give me a 1 and a 3 and then a conditional 2 that can be a 1 or something like that. I mean, that might be crazy high for him anyways, but somewhere in that ballpark, obviously, you can demand a lot for him. And if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, why not do that? Get some picks, bring back some talent into your team, because I think that team is lacking defensive talent nonetheless. And so do that to help build your roster. And on top of that, you get Le'Veon Bell away. You get the Le'Veon Bell dark cloud from over the team. And all that news can go wash down. And I think Le'Veon Bell being traded to the right team can help him out. If it's a team that has a cap space to sign him to that long-term contract, even if he signed the same deal David Johnson just recently signed, was like 3 years and some change. 3 years on top of, I think he's still on his rookie deal with like $39 million guaranteed or something like that. So even before he's 30, David Johnson still has the opportunity to maybe take one more big swing and get another big contract out of the ordeal if he's still playing at a high level. Le'Veon Bell can do the same thing if he gets traded to another team. Just say, hey, give me a 3-year deal, and then I sign that, and then I'm going to play my butt off, and then I'm going to get some, rewards or whatever, help this team win some ball games, and then hopefully before I'm 30, if I'm still playing at the high level, I can willing to get another 3 to 4 year contract and be even better, hopefully at the back end of that, and still get another fat contract and make more money. And so everybody wins. Once again, the Pittsburgh Steelers will get picks. Le'Veon Bell would then be traded to a team that wants him. Not saying the Steelers don't want Le'Veon Bell. That's not the case. But then Le'Veon Bell gets to go to a team that wants him there and then willing to sign him to a long-term deal. Even if it's 6 years, that's still a good quality contract. And that still gives him ability of long-term security and long-term future with a quality team. I was actually thinking about the Colts was a team. They're trying to revamp their offensive line. The reason why Saquon Barkley went as high as he did in the draft to the New York Giants was to protect Eli Manning, to prevent him having to throw so much and getting hit so much. Le'Veon Bell could do the same thing for Andrew Luck. Like, just off the top of the head, I was thinking about that. It's like Indianapolis Colts would be a really good fit for Le'Veon Bell, and they need that running back, and I think that'd be a really, really good fit for them. So there's just an option though. There's other teams out there. If there's other teams that came knocking, why not trade Le'Veon Bell if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers? Because even if he signs in come week 10 or week 11, if he signs his tag, then all of a sudden we're right back at it in 2019. You're trying to tag him, and we're going all through this rigmarole. where he's not wanting to resign. You're not wanting to sign him to a long contract and all this blah, blah, blah. Just at this point, if you're Le'Veon Bell, you're kind of frustrated because this is your second go around with it. And now you're just like, if you don't want me and let somebody else want me. Like, that's pretty much what it is. It's like being in a bad relationship. It's like every time I walk away, you say you want me back, and then I come back and then you still treat me like crap. Like, that's pretty much what this is with Le'Veon Bell and Pittsburgh Steelers. So realistically, all I'm saying is I think Le'Veon Bell should be traded, and I think he will end up being traded if James Conner stays hot and stays producing the way he has, especially like he did in the Browns game. If he stays at that level, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers will feel comfortable moving Le'Veon Bell and saying, why not bring in some young talent, and we don't have to worry about this fat contract. Maybe even take care of Antonio Brown. Maybe they see more value with him. And then hopefully kind of solidify the quarterback position, offensive line, and so forth and so on. They can do a lot more than have to worry about paying Le'Veon Bell all that money if they're not willing to. Next on my no news list is Julio Jones and the Atlanta Falcons. Now with the Atlanta Falcons and Julio, they kind of had a little mini holdout situation. Julio wanted a little bit more money for being the receiver that he is, which is a really A1 receiver, a quality receiver. I think is the best receiver in the league. And Atlanta was like, no, we don't want to pay you any money. And I think more or less it's because Julio's getting older. And also they just paid Matt Ryan a huge, huge load of money. Like, they just gave him like, hey, Matt, here's a whole bank account. And so Matt Ryan got all that money. So now they're like, well, we paid our quarterback. So then they took Calvin Ridley in the first round, which reminded me of a time where Arizona took Patrick Peterson in the first round, and they had DRC on the block. They had DRC on the roster. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's going to be a good dynamic duo. You think DRC on one side, Pat P on the other. Boom, done deal. And then they end up trading DRC to Philly. I think this is going to be the same situation here. Calvin Ridley comes in. Not saying he's that talented as Julio Jones, because Julio's a beast. But I think that Ridley was supposed to come in and possibly replace Julio Jones. Realistically, think about it. Ridley knows the system. He knows the offensive system, so that's not going to be a setback by any means at all. And so you bring in Ridley. If he gets really acclimated and he's really good at what he's doing and he looks decent, now you can move Julio Jones. And I think there'll be some teams coming calling. And one of the teams, in my personal opinion, and I didn't even think about this. I just thought that, San Francisco needed a wide receiver. And I told one of my buddies, I was like, I think Julio's going to get traded to San Francisco. And he was like, oh, Kyle Shanahan, he knows the system. I'm like, wow, Kyle Shanahan, he knows the system. And he performed extremely well in that system. I mean, a lot of receivers do. But Julio Jones was just that big of a threat. And I think Jimmy Garoppolo, being a young quarterback that he is, can use a guy like Julio Jones that knows the routes, knows where he's going to be. You're going to be there. And then also in those jump ball situations, give your young quarterback confidence to throw those balls up and know that your guy is going to go get them. And I think Julio Jones is that kind of guy. And I'm not scared of any receiver on San Fran's roster. They need Julio Jones. Why not pull the deal off? I think, and once again, it's a win-win for everybody. If San Francisco came knocking, then takes Julio money off the books for Atlanta. Now, if you're San Francisco, you can sign Julio to anywhere from a 3 to 4 year deal. Something nice. Get him some money in his pocket. Get a long-term future. And then him and Jimmy Garoppolo can, next 2 to 3 years, really build a rapport and have a relationship to the point where Julio Jones can become a really dominant San Francisco receiver and be really quality. And then on the flip side, if you're Atlanta, hopefully it frees up a little bit more money. Now you can take care of some other young talent that you have on the roster, like a Vic Beasley, like a Deion Jones. I don't think they're going to retain Telvin Coleman, so then you have to move him along. You might end up having to re-sign Jake Matthews. I don't think he's gotten a contract yet. I can't remember. And then, unfortunately, Keanu Neal messed up his knee, but he's a guy that's definitely going to be looking at a contract when he gets back next year. So, if you're Atlanta, you need this. You actually have to trade Julio Jones. Otherwise, you're going to get into a holdout tangle come next year. And why not? Like I said, it's a really, in my opinion, a no-brainer for everybody. It's a no-brainer for San Francisco. It's a no-brainer for Atlanta. And I think it's just be a quality fit for Julio Jones in general. And then Julio can go out there and do what Julio does, put up monster numbers. It sounds crazy, but I think it's real. That's really all I have for you guys in this video. Le'Veon Bell to the Colts make perfect sense to me. I think that it sets the Colts up for success. It sets Le'Veon Bell up for success. And even more, I'm going to say more importantly, but even more importantly, but it sets the Pittsburgh Steelers up for success as well. Same thing for the Niners and Atlanta Falcons. That Julio trade would definitely set those two teams up for success. And then, like I said, both players will win in this situation because both players at that point would then get the desired contract and the ability to keep playing throughout the the next 3 or 4 years and the remaining parts of their career. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you feel like these two players should be traded, maybe to different teams, let me know. If you like this video, like it up. Give me a like. I don't know why. Just multiple likes. And if you're not a footballologist yet, go and subscribe to the Footballology. Become a footballologist today, and stay safe, football fans.